right. Who all remembers what happened last week?
We got to do it to him.
Of
I
course you
don't
do,
think
bro.
any of
You
us
have the
remember
most.
anything.
To a rough degree?
All
Well,
right.
by more than a rough degree?
You don't understand. Nobody ever remembers anything that happened last session. That's just the way it is.
It's true, especially in Daniel's case.
100%. You think I wrote anything down?
I mean, do you want me to answer that honestly? Or...
Yes.
Yes, I do believe you wrote things down this time.
You'd be correct.
Alright. We started last session with Sin and Anak moving through the marketplace. They were having a conversation that was interrupted by a black dragonborn child who appeared to have stolen from a marketplace. Meeting up with Gideon and a few of the guards, conversations ensued, knowledge was gathered. They eventually went back to the marketplace, speaking with Mira. Conversing with her, Gideon paying for the stolen goods to not have any downsides befall the child. They then followed the child to his home, where they met a young dragonborn girl. She was sick with a disease Gideon was familiar with, that he had seen before, and had discovered not a cure, but an alleviative. Administering the herb to the child, drastically reducing her symptoms. They then made their way to the guardhouse, where they met up with Oliver. Oliver offered them a job to hunt down this purple mantis that had been plaguing the surrounding landscape for the past few months. Oliver, in an attempt to gain information, and Sin and Gideon, in an attempt to a certain degree, depending on the party, to offer trust, drank a potion and allowed Oliver into their minds, discovering information and also not discovering information. Oliver learned what he did. Plans were discussed. It was proposed that this purple mantis was an experimentation, a child transformed. Ideas were swapped, plans made to bring this mantis not down, but safe, to render it no longer a threat, but not kill it. They made their way south, out of the High Watch gates. Conversation still taking place, knowledge learned of each other's pasts. Some true, some obviously not. And that is where we will be picking up the session.
Quick question, just to confirm. What time of day is it?
It would probably be you entered in the morning, and with all the things that happened throughout the marketplace, I would probably say noon, afternoon-ish, somewhere around 1 to 2.
So are we picking up the session immediately after we got out of town and started talking, or are we picking up the session closer towards the night? Because I know that we were all planning on camping out until nightfall so that we could go out and hunt the mantis under the cover of darkness. So is this immediately after the conversation we just had, or is this later on into the day, is what I'm asking.
I was under the impression that people had plans, and so I was doing it immediately after the conversation.
All right. All right. In that case, I'm going to turn to the rest of the group as we are all overlooking the woods, and I'm going to say, well, I suppose we are just waiting until nightfall then. We have certain plans to deal with this creature. Do any of you have anything you need to take care of in the meantime?
Just
Response. None.
just to inform, it is going to be a several-hour trek to get to the waterfall.
Okay.
Do we have supplies? That's not me asking. That's me
yes.
asking. I'm pretty sure when you. I've been told that when you start a campaign, you start with supplies, but I'm not sure.
You should have rations on your character sheet if you just did the default starting
Fair enough.
equipment.
Would we happen to have caltrops of any kind that we could prepare in the entrance of the cave?
I don't have caltrops, but I could put spikes in the water. I'm then going to reach into my cloak and I'm going to pull out a 10-foot long metal spike.
Gideon would just like
Full on.
Could you describe this metal spike?
Full on clown, just pulling it and pulling it and pulling it out of her cloak.
Over twice my own height and looks very, very sharp.
Is it thick?
It is quite thick. It is a spike that is designed to hold down large structures. It's kind of like a railroad spike, but like
Railroad spikes are only
solid
like a
iron.
foot long.
I was like,
yes,
that's a
but this
big-
particular spike specifically says it's 10 feet.
Fair enough.
I also
Quite
have 10 of them.
In cloak you've got there.
It's a rather fancy cloak.
I don't think a spike of that caliber is necessary. We don't want to kill it on accident.
That's true.
I'm having you guys walking in the direction as conversation is taking place. Unless anyone says otherwise.
No, that's good for me.
Do we have any way to deal with it if it does flee into the water?
I don't think it can swim, but if it does, then I suppose we could just chase after it. Even if it can swim, I'm pretty sure we can probably keep up with it. Creatures tend to be much slower in the water than they are on land. Around this point, as we're walking and making our way towards the mantis, I'm going to, I don't know which one of your characters would notice this at all, but at a certain point, my character is just going to like stop dead in her gait and just like almost like she just got frozen in time while the rest of you keep moving forward.
Oliver will tense as he loses sight of you as he turns his head to look for you. What's wrong?
She doesn't respond. Her eyes are darting back and forth, left, right, and she appears distracted, almost like she can't hear you.
I want to insight.
Go ahead and roll insight. I'm just gonna do your passive.
Awkward.
That's alright, but Sin.
Yep, that works. It's fine. I'm not trying to hide
Query.
anything anyways.
Are we
so
being
that-
followed?
That's the look of somebody who connected things in
That
the
is
head
an
previously
18.
thought unknown.
Where are you rolling?
D&D Beyond. You said it doesn't matter.
I mean,
You should just roll on
didn't,
Foundry. It's
but
easier.
It's just convenient to roll in Foundry so I can see your dice. It's the only thing.
I can't even pull up my
So that
character
we
sheet
can
in
all see
Foundry
your
right now.
dice.
Fair enough.
How do I?
Does it
roll?
show
the other people's character sheets, Bo, in Foundry.
Typically, you hide the
If
character
you
tokens on the
go
side of the
to the
scene.
tokens, yeah, if you click on actors, you can
Yeah,
see every
okay.
single token that is made if you're a DM.
There we go. Now I can open my sheet.
Pull
I don't
this
know if
up.
you
Do you
did
want me to
anything, or
re-roll,
if
or
it
do you
wasn't
just want
working
to keep
before.
the 18?
You can keep the 18. That's fine.
Okay.
It's just easier for everyone to roll in the same place is all. As
Fair enough.
you look at Sin, recognizing the furtive glances, not fear, more calculating, it appears that what Gideon has said is true.
Just to
Around
remove
this point,
any inclarity. What specifically?
That it appears
Did
that
you not hear what I said?
she has figured out something.
Hmm.
around this point, Sin's going to start muttering to herself. She's going to say, "Wait, that can't be right. If that was true, then wait, no. Oh no. Oh, we've been set up." Anak! She immediately almost switches on her head and turns directly to Anak. "Do you trust me?"
Response. I do.
Good. Then, two things. One, I need you to hide. Make sure that the guards do not find you. If the guards come out looking for us, do not respond to them. And two, stop heading towards the falls. Whatever you do, do not go there until I get back. And immediately after Sin finishes saying that, she takes off, running back toward the city of Highwatch.
Query, are you gonna be hiding too? Looking at
She's
Oliver and
she's gone.
looking at Oliver and Gideon.
Uh, would have been
Oliver
nice to know
seems
what
to
she
be
figured out.
calculating
ran off.
something himself. AKA,
Response. I do not know why. However, I do trust her.
Well, as Sin takes off into the distance with her very cryptic warning, what do you all do?
Well,
Are we by a river? No, we're not. There's no rivers near there. But there's a waterfall. Huh. I will
she's
think about it.
giving me no reason to rescind my trust at the moment. I say we find a spot nearby and await her return. Unless you have somewhere else you need to be. Not to waste
No
time.
fires.
I see no need for a fire.
Okay, where would be a good spot to hide? We're heading south. Are we traveling along the road?
I think a good spot to hide would be right here. There we go.
As Gideon glances around, you would see a almost perfect nook of trees that seem to provide very good cover of the road. You are almost positive that if you were to hide out in there, you could spy on the road, but no one on the road could spy you, assuming you weren't very obvious about your hiding.
It also might be a good bandit camp. Snake out, anyone?
As Sin just pops into existence to say that and vanishes again.
Ta-ta!
Enoch would go and scout this place out.
Gideon, who's always already making himself at home.
I imagine you just like pointed somewhere over yonder.
Essentially, just like there should be a spot over here. Follow me.
Response. I will follow.
It turns out I'm the one who did the setting up somehow, and I'm leading you into my trap.
Enoch does not believe so.
All right. And
I think
Oliver.
this is. Yeah, I think we'll just. Oh yeah, I guess what's Oliver doing, and then we just swap this in and find out what's going on with that.
I will. I'm pretty sure we're actually not swapping to me. I'm pretty sure we're going to stick with you guys for a little bit longer here.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Play some rock paper scissors, I guess.
I will say, Bo, I do appreciate it a lot that you jump in and try and help me out. In this particular case, I did have a different plan, so.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
So Oliver, you see Enoch and Gideon move off to a copse of trees on this side. They step in, blending in almost quickly. You realize that, same as Gideon, that would allow you very good cover of the road without being spied upon yourself. But you also see Sin taking off back towards High Watch. You don't know why. And you have your own suspicions about Sin. What do you do?
Let me roll a d20, just a personal one to see what I would do.
Oh, you could decide. Almost
Yeah, I
like
was
we're role
I would-
playing.
I-
David likes his RNG. I
Or
hate it.
like ING.
I will say, David, while you do like your RNG, if your goal is to role play the character good, then you should probably decide what you think the character would do.
That's fair.
I hardly ever
I
roll for anything
will
isn't like a direct
probably. Sin, I would say, very obviously looks back towards High Watch, where the other two can plainly see.
Oliver?
Or sorry, as Oliver looks back towards High Watch, very obviously debating on following him. Though the reasons for that are to now ambiguous, but he does begrudgingly look the other direction and follow the other party members into the woods.
All right. As Oliver, letting his suspicions lie for now, rejoins the other two in the copse of trees, and I presume you just stake out waiting for Sin?
That's the plan currently.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, how long are you willing to wait? I'm not saying this is how long you will wait. I'm just saying, will you wait like an hour before you do something, 2 hours? How long before
Enoch
you
would
do
wait till
something?
dawn.
I appreciate that you're asking this question before and not after. Just want to point that out. I'd probably wait till about night, like
So
a
just so
couple
we're
hours
clear,
after the sun fell.
it is still like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if nighttime is like 7 hours away and dawn is like 15 hours away, give or take.
Enoch would wait
How
till
long
dawn,
is a
and then
short
probably
versus
head to
long
High
rest in
Watch.
normal D&D? Just to
A
make sure.
short rest is 1 hour, a long rest is 8 hours. Technically, a short rest is up to DM interpretation. I just like the 1 hour thing, unless it makes the medical sense otherwise.
In that case, I would probably wait around 4 hours personally, but
So you would wait until dusk.
about, yeah, so we
Okay.
could get where we're going in time.
And
I'd
just to
probably
remind
just-
you, sorry to cut you off, just to remind you, timeline-wise, it will take you a few hours to get to the waterfall. You're not exactly certain where the waterfall is, but you do think that it will take you about 4 to 5 hours. I'm not putting like hard time limits on it just because I don't want to, but that is a rough estimate of how long it will take you.
How far are we on our journey?
Noted.
You
Did we
are
move like a?
about 30 minutes, 60. an hour into your journey, give or take. So
Gotcha.
I'll say 30 minutes. It didn't take Sin that long. Yeah, I'll say 30 minutes outside of High Watch.
I will keep watch.
And how long?
I will
Gideon would be
able
willing to wait until into nightfall. It's hard to say how long because he
Okay.
wouldn't exactly be keeping time, but
No problem. I just
at
wanted
some
a
point
rough
during
estimate.
nightfall. Or at some point during the night, I should say.
I don't know if my thing picked that up, but Oliver would walk up to the party. I will keep watch. I will be able to alert you if anything happens without giving myself away. As I will actually say that into both of your heads one by one. So you understand my meaning.
All right. Just let me know if you need to
Response.
trade off.
Okay. Enoch would be keeping watch anyways.
All right. Go
And
ahead
I guess
and
Gideon would just begin a long rest because why not?
both of you
Or
go
short
ahead.
rest.
Just roll me a perception check. Just in case.
How do I pull up my
This
character?
in freaking. Okay, I need to do this again.
Oh, like the actors. Enoch. Okay, there we
Let's
go.
see. Perception. There we are.
Oh, D20's working?
Hey, the thing was fixed.
Yep, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fixed that.
You're
I want
doing
to change my
private
dice though.
rolls.
It's
I got
way
a
too yellow.
You can change your own dice. You just go to
There we go.
settings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Make
to
sure you just
16.
make it a nice overall roll. All right, as Oliver and Enoch settle in, keeping watch upon the road. Sin, we're going to swap over to you. As you are, I assume you are moving at a hurried pace, correct?
I'm moving quite fast, but at the same time, I'm also doing my best to keep out of sight, but I'm not to the point that I'm actively rolling a stealth check. It's more of just I'm aware of the traveled roads and I'm just avoiding them. But I'm running fast. I'm also not heading towards the gates. I'm planning on scaling into the city through the walls.
Okay.
I plan on avoiding any of the direct line of sight of the guards or anyone that would potentially stop me.
Should we just go off your stealth or passive stealth? That would probably be easiest. Let's see here.
It's up to you. I was planning on rolling stealth after I got into the city was the
Oh,
idea.
yeah. Just go ahead and roll me stealth right now then. You head cross country, avoiding the roads, darting
16
between
on the stealth.
trees and everything. You make your way to the walls of High Watch. There are guards that patrol the walls up above, but they're not filled to the brim. They are a sparse patrol. You, quickly glancing between them, finding an opening, quickly scale the wall up, over, and down, it back into the realm of High Watch, and start making your way quickly but stealthily towards the guardhouse. Is there
I'll just
anywhere
be going
else?
across the rooftops is the specific path I'm going to take.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be too difficult. Moving across the rooftops, especially with your capabilities, being as silent as possible, you make your way to a roof that is just across the street from the guardhouse. Scanning over the guardhouse, you don't see anything off. You don't see anything to confirm your suspicions. The guardhouse
Everything looks
appears to be under normalcy. Would you like to do anything else? Did I die?
You.
Yeah,
I think-
it's like maybe you were being hunted
Oh,
by
he's back.
guards. I don't think we were being hunted
We
by
have the
guards.
grandkids over and they unplugged the router, as they always end up doing.
Classic.
Rip. Oh
You
well.
sound so happy.
It happens every single goddamn time. And at this point, it's just part of the package.
Why do they do that?
Because
guess
it's
is
a,
the cord is on the
it's a
floor
thing
and they
in
run
the
over
wall
it?
that they want to pull.
Oh.
Simple as.
All right. Where did I get cut off?
I was climbing over the rooftops and I was moving towards the guardhouse, and you said the guardhouse was all good, and I said that I wanted to see if guards were coming in and out of the building.
Okay. So yes, the guardhouse is currently under the guise of normalcy. There would be guards coming in and out, but it's not a lot and it's not frequent. The best way I could describe it is just individuals on patrol coming back to report, coming back to swap out. No
Okay.
more than usual.
How big is the guard building? Is it like 2 stories, 3 stories? Are there windows? What am I looking at here?
It is a 3-story building. There are windows, but the windows are not barred, but reinforced is the best way to state that. They are not windows that open. It is just windows that are designed to allow you to see out onto the street, but not actually move through.
I am going to I'm gonna back away from the guardhouse. I'm gonna climb down into an alley and I'm gonna make my way back out. I want to stand in the street in a place where the guards can see me. How do they respond?
Making it obvious, standing out, you even slightly wave to get a guard's attention. He also he glances at you and waves back, little confused, but waves back and continues on.
I'm gonna put a hand to my chin for a second and I'm gonna say, "Was I wrong?" I'm gonna leave the area and I'm gonna head towards the slums, towards where Oscar and Talus's house are. And after I get there, I'm going to first stake out the building. What am I looking at?
Making your way through the slums, it's not too difficult. Your memory is competent enough to remember where you're going. You make your way to the rundown, abandoned house that Oscar and Tellus have been staying in for the past little bit. It's still run down. It's currently abandoned. No one
Okay,
appears to be anywhere
I
nearby.
wanna check 2 things. The first thing I wanna know is, does the house look like it's been lived in? I know you said it was abandoned, but when I go through the house, are things as dusty as they should be? In and of the fact that if 2 kids have been living here for a little while, there shouldn't be a lot of dust, around the building itself.
Go
I
ahead.
want to I want to try and find out if it actually looks like they've been living in this building for any length of time.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Not great, that's a 6.
Going around actually investigating the house, you're not used to this. You're not someone who would do this constantly and therefore not the most adept at figuring this out. But you see a couple of scuff marks. You attempt to put 2 and 2 together. You're not certain how long. You're not able to put like an actual time frame, but this house does appear to be lived in by a couple of children, is your guess.
Yep. In that case, I'm gonna head back over to the guardhouse and I'm gonna walk up and try and help out one of the guards.
All right. As you walk up, calling out to a guard, he pauses and he says, "How can I help you?"
Hello, I'm a mercenary currently on a mission assigned to me by your fair establishment. And when we left to go to hunt down the creature, we left two children here. Their names are Oscar and Talus. They were taken to the infirmary by Tessa, apparently. And we are wondering if, well, I'm wondering if they're still there. They haven't been moved, have they?
Uh, don't know the names, but there were two black dragonborn children that are still here, and Doctor was brought here.
So they're still in the building then?
Yes, last I checked.
Well, thank you for your time. Can you tell me where they are, or can you take me to them?
Uh, he gestures inside and almost like hesitates. It would probably be faster to take you.
Hmm. Well, lead the way then, sir. As I'm going to quickly follow behind him.
He enters in. It's not a convoluted path, but it is a little more complicated than it would have been to just tell you directions. He goes through a couple of doors, entering in still all public access. He enters
Okay.
into a room where you would see Talus laying on a makeshift gurney. It does not appear to be for medical use, but has been repurposed into such. You see Oscar sitting on a bench next to her, holding her hand.
Tessa's
Tessa,
hand or Talus's hand?
Talus's hand. Tessa appears to be bustling about, grabbing things for an individual who is currently kneeling over Talus and performing a medical examination. You see this doctor, he has dark bags under his eyes, uh, little older in appearance, seems to be hunched over Talus in a more exhausted state. Just one moment. He is right here.
All right. I'm going to turn to Oscar and I'm going to actually first before I do that, her condition is worsened clearly, right? The doctor running back and forth tells me that
No,
the
Tessa.
the
Tessa is running back and forth collecting ingredient or items and things for the doctor. The doctor is not actually in a hurry whatsoever. He is currently examining Tessa. However, it does appear that Tessa has slipped back into unconsciousness.
Okay, so in this case, I assume you were talking about Talus. For Talus,
Yes,
with
sorry.
her being unconscious and on the bed, can I tell if her condition has worsened at all? I was there when he administered it, so I should know what it looks like, even if I'm not good with medicine.
Her condition appears to be similar to what it was before Gideon provided her the herb. As I stated, and as Gideon would have told you, it was not a permanent fix. It was purely to alleviate the symptoms,
Okay,
to which it did the job.
then I'm going to turn to Oscar and I'm just say, Oscar, buddy, I need you to come over here for a second.
The doctor glances up, hearing your voice, not actually having noticed you enter. Ugh, another one. Is anyone sick with you as well?
No, actually, I'm the one who brought that one, as I point over to Talus. However, still maintain that one, as I point to Oscar. I need over here. Now, come, Oscar.
Oscar hesitates, his hand still holding Talus's. All right. He gently puts Talus's hand back onto the table and moves to follow you.
Okay. As he comes, I am going to, as soon as he gets close to me, I'm going to just say, all right, hold still, and I'm going to pat him down. I'm going to search him.
All right.
All right. Investigation time, I suppose.
Hold on. I need to think how the guard would react. I would say that as you go to frisk Oscar, the guard would place his hand on your shoulder. What are you doing?
My job, I was hired to track down the people responsible for that, as I point over to Talus on the bed. And I am currently well within my rights as a mercenary to search down anyone who I find suspicious.
You think he's suspicious? At this point,
I don't
Oscar
think he's
is
suspicious.
a
He
little
is
confused and
suspicious.
backs up slightly.
Now kindly take your hand off my shoulder before I cut it.
You're threatening me. Really?
I turn to glare at him directly. Oh, I'm threatening you.
This
Do I
7 foot.
look like I'm kidding?
This. What the heck? Okay. This 7 foot tall, blue dragonborn stares down at you. No, you don't look like you're kidding. But I'm not one who kid either.
Well, you
What
can
is
feel
the
free to ask her.
point?
As I tilt my head over towards Tessa.
He glances at Tessa. Ask her what? You're making no sense.
She brought the children in under the orders of Oliver, the private investigator hired by your people.
Yeah. What she says is true. And the point of that line of questioning would be.
That I really am a hired mercenary and you are impeding with my investigation. So once more, I am telling you to take your hands off me.
I'm fairly certain he said he took a step back.
Oscar did, not him.
Got it.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage. No, just a normal persuasion check. I apologize. You can either re-roll or we could take the 13, either one. Unless
I'm just going to take the
had
higher
it.
one. It's 17.
Okay. He would hesitate, glancing between you and Oscar. Just keep it civil. And he would remove his hand and step back.
You can watch if you like, but I'm searching the boy regardless. I turn and I move up to Oscar, and I'm now going to frisk him.
All right, go ahead and roll me an what would investigation?
That would be my
I,
thought.
I imagine
It
it would
would
be
be sleight of
investigation.
hand, right?
No, I
It's,
think it
you-
would be
I
investigation.
imagine that sleight of hand isn't really what I'd roll. It'd be investigation to try and catch him, and maybe my proficiency in sleight of hand might make the DC lower, just because I know where people try to hide things. But I don't know. Regardless, investigation it is.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Sheesh.
Natural
it.
20.
What are you hiding, giant?
22.
As you pat Oscar down, he attempts to stop you, but not in a aggressive way. Best way I can describe it is it's like a kid who doesn't want to be touched kind of deal. As you move your hands along his leg, you actually feel something poke you ever so slightly. A little confused, you pull up his pant leg and you see stuffed in one of his socks is a syringe. His eyes widen.
I t-
It's 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 not what you think. I didn't. I.
After I pull the syringe out, I then turn to the Blue Dragonborn. Detain him. I'm going to go get my group, and we're going to be back here within a few hours.
Detain me? Dragonborn
I then
looks at the
turn to
syringe and looks at him. Just to describe the syringe a little bit more, it is
Yep.
rather small, and it appears to have the remnants of a liquid inside of it.
I'm going to, after looking at the syringe, I'm going to say, make sure he doesn't escape. I have reason to suspect that he's been charmed by magic, as I point towards Oscar. And then I'm going to turn to Tessa, and you, I then, after looking at her, say, make sure that no one else comes into this room or comes near that girl, as I point to Talus.
Tessa, glancing between you, the syringe, and Oscar, emotions crossing her face rather quickly. All right. Right. She stands up and salutes you again. It will be done. Under Oliver's orders.
Good. I'll be back in 2 hours. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to say, toodaloo. And again, make sure the boy does not escape. In fact, Tessa, get another guard. I'm not so sure I trust this one, as I point over towards the Blue Dragonborn. He tried to stop me. And then I'm going to leave without further explaining anything.
He just raises an eyebrow at you. A syringe does not mean anything. But all right.
It's words like that that is why these people haven't been caught yet.
Oscar, who has been fumbling his words just before you leave, just calls out, "It's not what you think!" as you leave.
If it isn't what I think, then you should be fine. Just wait until we come back and question you.
It's medicine. Oh, was?
If it is medicine, then I imagine that we will love to hear the story. I'm gone now.
As you exit the establishment.
You saw my message, yeah?
I did, but I was a little distracted. Let me read it, I suppose, real quick. Um, 2 seconds. Yes, while he's responding. As you exit the establishment, you start making your way back to the edge of High Watch. Are you avoiding the guard still?
I think I am going to avoid the guard still. I'm going to make my way out as fast as I can. I'm still sketch about this place.
'Kay.
My alert level has gone from a 4 to a 12. That's out of 10, by the way.
I was about to say it's out of 100, by the way.
All right. Okay, making your way
Mob
to the...
Psycho emotion meter, but with alertness.
I've never seen it. Making your way to the edge of the city, again finding a gap in the guards, you make your way out and head back to the group. Before you actually arrive, Oliver does want to do something. Just a moment, though. Okay. I guess go ahead and roll.
I was honestly expecting to hear Oliver wants to do something. Let me look at the message. And then you read it and just go, Are you sure?
Okay. All right.
Specifically, this is the
All
ward
these
against insight.
schemers, Gideon.
Huh?
All these schemers.
I know, right? You scheming and plotting all your schemes and plots.
All right. So as Sin makes her way back to the group, you come to the area where you know you left them, but you can't find them.
As I get to the area and I'm struggling to find them, I take a look around and I'm going to mutter to myself, "Don't tell me they got caught." As I turn and I start like almost panicked searching the area.
Do we not see her?
You can see her
Anak would step out.
as
As
this giant silver mechanoid man steps from the trees. You are baffled how you did not see him before.
I turn and look at the trees behind him. We could totally rob someone from there.
Gideon peeks in eye
Wait,
open.
was that what you were doing?
That's not what I was doing. I was legally robbing someone this time. Well, come on out, Gideon and Oliver. We have things to discuss, but we should probably do so on the way back to High Watch.
Gideon would stand up and exit from the tree line or bushes or whatever the heck they were.
As would Oliver.
This is
After
where
the
you
two
would
of you.
say what you were doing, David.
What
As
did you manage to find?
as Oliver steps out of the bushes, you would note that Oliver again gives you another look, Sin, almost as though he knows something that you don't.
Sin ignores the look as Sin turns to look at Anak and then turns to Gideon. Well, I believe that we have ourselves a suspicious little dragonborn. We need to go back and interrogate Oliver. And then I'm going to turn towards, sorry, not Oliver, Oscar. Then I'm going to turn towards Oliver and I'm going to hold up the syringe. And you said you're good with poisons, right?
I am. And medicines.
Well, great. What can you tell me about what's in this? As I hold out the syringe.
I'll just take it and take a look at it. I would
I
smell the edge of the syringe to see if I can recognize any weird odors.
Go
Can I
ahead.
assist him, give him advantage?
Sure. As Anak and Oliver pour over this syringe, go ahead and roll an. It's an I think it's a nature check that you can also do an alchemy check in replace of. Or I guess no. So how 2024 works, I don't still know if I necessarily agree with it, but I'll stick with the ruling for now. If you are proficient in both nature and alchemical supplies, you get to add your proficiency twice.
Fair enough.
So it would be an
I
alchemical check that if you are also proficient in nature, you effectively get expertise.
I
For an
would it
already
not be
created
medicine?
substance?
Sorry, what?
For an already created substance? Nature seems to be lore, terrain, plants, animals, and weather.
I mean,
Is what Foundry is telling me.
Yeah, I was expecting medicine.
it would not be medicine.
Oh,
Medicine.
wait, fun fact, John. I actually looked it up and did some research on that. That's actually not the way it works in 2024. I don't know why we all started initially thinking
So
this,
it's
but
from Paul.
proficiencies with
I've never looked
tools.
it up. Paul has
Well,
said
I
that.
did look it up, and the answer is you don't get to make rolls without the required tools. Like, if you want to know, like, what venom is, right? Then it's just a straight intelligence check, and the only way you can add proficiency to that roll is if you are proficient in the relevant tools. Like, for example, picking a lock, you literally can't do that without thieves' tools. And if you were
That
to use
makes
something like
no
a
sense
bone
because
as
of the
thieves'
whole
tools to
meme where
try
you
and
grab a
pick a lock,
toothpick and
well,
use
yeah,
that to pick
that's
the
what
lock.
it is. If you try to use something that isn't a tool or the prerequisite tool to pick a lock, then it's like using an improvised weapon, which will give you a minus or disadvantage depending on what the DM decides.
Improvised weapon doesn't give you disadvantage. It just means you can't add your proficiency.
Well, in that case,
Well,
we could
that's
just
if
say
you're not
that you
proficient
can't
in
add your
improvised, right?
proficiency, right?
Fair enough. Well, then I
But regardless,
guess
that's
just
the way it
Sweet.
works. That's the way it says it works. So like you wouldn't add your proficiency twice if you're proficient in sleight of hand and you're proficient in thieves tools, to example, to picking a lock. You just if you were picking a lock and you were proficient in thieves tools but not sleight of hand, you'd add proficiency. And if you were proficient in sleight of hand but not thieves tools, you would not have proficiency in picking a lock.
fair enough. Suppose that makes sense. Alright, then I guess in that case, roll me an alchemist's check. Alchemist supply check.
It's going to be under your tools.
Or I guess in your
Then
case,
just roll an
it's a
intelligence check
Should be in
directly
character.
it's a poisoner's
and add your
kit for
proficiency.
Oliver.
That also tracks. If it's a poisoner's kit, you'll have to click on the poisoner's kit to roll it.
Yeah. In this particular case, I think poisoner's kit and alchemist supplies are similar enough that I would okay either one. But yeah.
Yeah, you could also just roll an intelligence check and then add proficiency to it, which is
Yeah,
the
let's
easiest
do.
way.
Yeah.
Just click on intelligence. The intelligence ability check. You just click on it.
We believe in
It
you,
says
David.
+2, you click it.
I can also roll it, and then he can use his modifiers.
You do
Whatever.
have advantage. You're still doing private rolls. As Oliver takes this
Wow.
vial and Enoch assisting him, they perform a couple tests. Oliver actually pulling out a few items to actually test the liquid inside, but with your expertise, you recognize there is not enough liquid here to even determine what it is.
To be clear here, adding expertise, that's an 8 total.
It's proficiency, and it's a 6 total.
Okay, if it's proficiency, then it's 6.
Why would he add expertise?
I don't know. You just said with your expertise, and I thought that meant he had actual expertise.
No, he is, in lore, he's, sorry, misspeak.
No, it's good. I just misinterpreted what you said is all. Carry on.
I do want to smell the liquid just so that I can recognize it if I smell it again, if I even can.
Does ibuprofen have a very specific scent? Out of curiosity, I don't actually know. No
It does.
medicines.
Well,
very
as none of us
Oh.
can think of the scent, no.
I can.
I'm just
It does.
curious, like, would certain medicines have specific scents that you could
Yes,
actually
they do. But it
figure
depends
it
on the
out?
medicine. There are medicines that don't have scents, and there are medicines that have scents.
All right. Then I would
Apparently, it is a
say
very vinegar-like odor.
okay.
A very slight scent. Like it doesn't emit much of a scent, but it does have one.
For example, the only reason I know what ibuprofen smells like is because whenever I open the ibuprofen bottle, there's like freaking 900 pills in there, and I get a rather strong dosage.
Fair enough. Then I would say it does have a scent. In fact, actually, go ahead and roll me a history check.
I did just look it up, and it actually does say it has a very mild, neutral, or slightly chemical sweet odor.
Yeah, that's what Daniel
Yeah,
said.
so
That's what Daniel just said.
Yeah, I was just pointing out. History check it is. Let me just pull this up. There we go. Normal, right? Not advantage.
Why would you have advantage?
Just double checking. Doesn't hurt to ask.
I mean,
It's a
that's
20.
fair.
Dirty 20.
I will say 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have any modifier on your dice.
Why are you always rolling privately?
I don't know. Also, that
Because
roll
I
didn't
he
even
put
show
it
forgets
on
to
up.
turn it on to
everyone.
public.
I don't know.
I did see it roll a 19 on my screen, but that roll did not show up. Weird. All right.
He was lagging. It's there now.
Still not there for me. All right. With a dirty 20, as you sniff it, trying to memorize the scent, you do catch a small memory. You have smelled something like this before. I did make a comparison of ibuprofen, it is similar to that. It is like a universal cough medicine, is the best way I can describe it. This syringe appears to have been filled with like cough syrup. I don't know medicine very well. I
painkiller.
apologize.
This seems to be
A
a
painkiller,
concoction
like
that
a
settles.
universal medicinal herb type thing.
This seems to be a concoction built out of an herb designed to reduce fevers and coughs.
Well, that tracks with what Oscar told me. Having said that, I still find myself doubting the story. Regardless, we do need to make our way back. I'll explain along the way my suspicions, and you can tell me if you all think I'm crazy or not. Though it looks like it's not as bad as I thought it was, so we lucked out there.
Painkillers don't reduce fevers or coughs.
Again, it's the specific medicine doesn't matter, Justin.
universal
I
antidote.
apologize. It's a universal antidote. Thank you,
No.
Bo.
You said a painkiller, and then
I'm not even saying
reduced-
that like a reference. I mean, there's actual an item called antidote in D&D that
Oh,
is
really?
pretty much
Oh,
a
okay.
universal antidote. So
I
I'm
didn't
pretty
know that.
sure that we just call it that.
It's an antidote. Boom.
Also, ibuprofen does help with fever and coughs.
Thumbs up.
Now, along those lines, on the way back, I am going to turn and I'm going to speak to. I'm actually probably going to look towards Oscar just because he
Oliver.
is aware of this stuff. Oliver, yes, that's what I meant. Turning to you, Oscar, I'm going to say, well,
Oliver.
Oliver. Yes, I'm getting the O's mixed up. Turning to you, Oliver, I'm going to say, well then, Oliver, it's that one was intentional, by the way.
Yeah, we got it.
Well then, Oliver, to go over what we've been dealing with lately, I've thought a couple of things were suspicious since I first started interacting with this purple mantis. You see, me and my friend here, as I point over to Enoch, have been. Well, we hunted the creature a while ago, but we haven't been hunting the creature for a few months now. It wasn't until recently that I got a message from my benefactor telling me that we needed to hunt the creature, and no more than a few hours after I received that message, what would happen but I got a message from a young little servant boy to, well, come and meet with you, as I gesture towards Oliver. Apparently you yourself were investigating the creature as well, and were responsible for dealing with it. Now, normally that would be just a coincidence. However, too many coincidences have lined up since then for it to be normal. You see, no more than a few minutes after we started being led by that very same servant boy, we found Oscar. He was running from having stolen from a pleasant merchant in the streets who called herself Miravalon. He had stolen a couple of different goods, just regular foodstuffs, but what I find suspect is the method in which he did so. I gesture towards Enoch. First off, he ran directly into Enoch's legs on an empty street with only us and the servant boy that was guiding us, with no guards in sight. Not only did he run directly into us, but I also suspect the time frame in which he stole from Miravalon. I'd point over to Gideon. On a random note, did you know that he is pretty well known for chasing down thieves?
One time. I missed that last part. One more time.
On a random note, did you know that Gideon over here is pretty well known for hunting down thieves?
Oliver. Actually, I want to do something real quick. Just look at something real quick. I want to double check something in my notes. Just one sec.
Is that a bad thing?
That depends on who you are.
To you.
Well, I can't dissuade you if you think those coincidences line up in a suspicious way. But they are just coincidences.
In answer to your question, as I turn over to Gideon, as long as it's other thieves, I don't care. I then turn back over to you. It's not just coincidence, because Gideon himself is well known for hunting down thieves, but he's also well known for helping the thieves out afterwards. You see, for Oscar, in this case, the young boy that ran directly into a knock, the fact that he stole while Gideon was directly there on the street, close enough that Gideon beat the very guards that were chasing him, well,
That's not uncommon.
Oliver, as you speak, is actually going through his belongings and finding a specific note. As he pulls it out, it's just a paper, which he hands over to you, and it actually shows less than 24 hours ago his assignment to find this purple mantis. Again, assigned to him less than 24 hours ago.
God's
I
tending to get
look at the
distracted by the
mantis.
more official matters. I have no
Does
such
the assignment
distractions.
have an exact date?
The assignment is dated.
Like timed? Is it timed? Like, does it tell me what time it was sent?
What time the assignment was sent?
Yes, I want to know exactly when it was sent. Specifically, what I'm trying to find out is, was the assignment sent before or after I got the message from the owl?
It would be dated yesterday.
So I got the
Yes.
message from the owl closer
This
to this morning.
Yes,
So this is before the message from the owl was sent.
correct.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to hand the message back and I'm going to say, I wasn't suspecting you as I hand the message back to him. I'm saying that the coincidences are lining up a little too much. But let me finish what I was discussing about Oscar and my suspicions of him. You see, robbing the foodstuffs from a merchant while Gideon was nearby pretty much guarantees a consequence-free robbery. Now, I imagine that you all aren't too well versed in the life of thieving, but let me just point something out. The amount of times that you run into a situation where someone can steal something with literally zero consequences, one way or the other, is so obscenely rare that it might as well not happen.
If Oscar was so calculating, would he not have known that he could have simply just come and asked me for help instead of stealing and then hoping it would be free?
That would be wonderful if his goal was to get help from you. You see, my initial thoughts was that he was trying to frame us. Now, first, I have one quick question to you. You said that you had dealt with this disease that was affecting Talus before, right? As I point to Gideon.
Anand?
Tell me, what happened to those children that got the disease?
All but one of them lived.
All but one of them lived, you said?
And not again.
What happened to the one that died?
Well, based on our current suspicions, it's entirely possible that it was somehow either I'm not entirely certain as to how it would have happened, but turned into one, even though its body was still left behind. Or it seemed as if it was possible that one of them fed on the child, so the disease isn't even what killed it. Although in all likelihood, the disease progressed to a certain stage that it decided was viable for something.
So the child was found eaten, or the child was found like with their chest cavity opened up? Like more details.
They were
How?
sanguinated. Bled not dry, but enough to not live.
I freeze up for a little bit after you say that. Sounds brutal. Suffice to
Awkward.
say that
Chime in.
go.
Interjection. You mean it was drained of its blood? Almost like a
Mhm.
husk? Did it have
There was still blood left. It was just merely enough blood to have killed the child.
what did the bite look like?
If I'm not mistaken, John, it was just 2 small holes on
Correct.
the neck that I was able to find, question mark?
Mhm.
Yeah. 2 small holes on the neck, and that's all.
Do you have any leads towards that creature?
I shake my head.
I
Other than
believe
what
it
we
to be
currently have, no.
That sound familiar? As I turn and look at Anok.
very. It sounds like a vampire. I've heard rumors of them popping up around the continent. I'm
What's a
hunting
vampire?
one. A humanoid bloodsucker.
As in they drink blood?
That is my impression.
That's mildly disturbing.
Also, Enoch would insight Sin
Sure.
after
Roll an
seeing
insight check.
you freeze up. 5.
How insightful of you.
And then roll. This is not necessarily that you're trying to hide something, but roll persuasion or deception, privately to me, of course, to determine deception if you're trying to hide something, persuasion if you are just trying, or that you didn't. I don't know how to explain this. Deception if you are attempting to hide information, persuasion if you are
If you're not.
accidentally trying to hide information. I don't know how better to describe that. Okay. Go ahead and describe if what he
As you look, Anak, you take a look. She looks like she wasn't expecting it. Like she was expecting the cause of death to be something else.
Well, I just brought by her. Was that chest caved in? Was it?
Interesting. Query, Zen. Did you expect something else? You
I
froze up
did.
when I mentioned it.
It's just so I'm been thinking lately, and I've been wondering how the children are getting infected by this. It's not like it's something that just affects all children. Otherwise, there'd be stories of these kids getting these all the way from High Watch to Azura City. But it's not. It's somewhat semi-localized. Because of that, it leads me to believe that there must be something that's causing these children to get sick. The problem is, I know for a fact that it's not the purple mantis.
Although it does
Enoch,
seem to be linked to every case.
query.
Somehow.
Did the kids that got sick all get bite marks, Gideon?
I shake my head.
Just the one that died.
I nod.
I then turn to look and I say, look, the point is that I know for a fact that the purple mantis is not what's getting people sick. That means that someone out there is getting them sick. That, combined with the visions of this experimental figure that we know of, is evidence enough for me that there is someone out there spreading this disease. Now, this leads me to my initial suspicions. So, if Oscar did do everything that he did do, I ask you a question, or I pose a question to you in this case. What do you think would happen if, when we got to the waterfall, we found an experimental laboratory? One that just so happened to be interrupted by us with a couple of guards on our tails,
Why would the
with us
mantis want
having
to
not
return to the
explained
laboratory?
anything. We don't know that the mantis is what was seen in the vision. You heard it from Oliver himself. He was looking at it from the perspective of something, but he didn't actually confirm that it was the mantis. Which leads me to something that I think is rather inconvenient. The fact that Oscar here, or Oliver, again, intentional, I turn and look at Oliver, didn't actually read Oscar's mind.
That is
Oscar
correct. I
is
mentioned as
the one
much.
person in the room who did not get his mind read. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was the people who were behind all of this, then when would be the right time to frame someone for my crimes?
What? So you want us? What? Interjection. So you want us to go talk to the people of Donford, let them know where we're going, so we can't be
A
set up.
couple of reasons, yes. But first, the first thing that I want to say is I genuinely believe that we are being set up to be framed for this. If I was the people behind this, then my first thought would be right after everyone starts investigating it in earnest, right around the time, I don't know, private investigators, as she gestures over to Oliver, start getting sent after me, that's around the time I would start looking for someone to pin everything on. And if that's the case, then who better to pin it on than a mercenary who is pretty well known for being a bit of a
Rapscallion.
quick-handed. We'll go with that. And then I gesture to Gideon. A man who puts his nose in everything and is known for being suspicious despite the fact that he has been rather helpful all the time. One who, mind you, I directly heard the guard captain saying he was always smack dab in the middle of trouble. As I gesture over to Enoch, Warforged from Azure City who has come down to the lower continents on their own with no alibi or any publicly stated reason whatsoever, and a private investigator who recently showed up out of nowhere with a clan that has been destroyed. Not
I
saying
have
that
been
it
here
is
for some time.
untrue.
I have a reputation at this moment,
You
at
have a
least in this city.
reputation, I'm sure, but this has been going on for a while. The point is that you could not find a better group to frame than us. We have no real sense of alibi. We have no real way to prove that we weren't responsible. And because of this, that led me to believe that Oscar very well could be part of the problem. However, I have recently lost a great deal of my suspicion towards the boy, but there's still more to my suspicions as well. You see, it was always bugging me on how these children were getting infected, and in my mind, they must be getting infected somehow. It's not just going to be some magical scry spell where they infect someone from a distance, and if it is, then we are already doomed. There must be something that they are doing to spread the infection. And because of that, it led me to wondering what exactly the plan would be. Here's my running theory. My running theory is that Oscar is compromised. He is currently at the point where he is either being charmed by some kind of suggestion spell, his sister's life is being threatened as he's held at gunpoint, essentially, or he is being otherwise forced to behave the way he is. He also could have just been manipulated into thieving from the place. Regardless, it is my intention that we question Oscar. I want to know exactly what he was thinking about before he robbed that merchant. And I also want to know why he ran into us. Why was he so distracted? Because no matter what he says, I don't think it was just because he was distracted from stealing something for the first time. There's more to this story, and I intend to figure it out. In the end, if we
Please you
can't find
understand that I
anything
think
out,
you're very suspicious by nature.
you think? As I sort of glance at him, but I say, it also doesn't help when everything lines up to make someone suspicious. For example, did you note that Oscar stood in front of the door when I said I was going to kidnap Talus, but he didn't actually look like he was scared?
Why would I note that?
Statement. Why would he be scared? He would be determined to stop you.
That is not the normal behavior of a child that age, 1. 2, even if he was determined to stop me, and again, this could just be me blowing things out of proportion, and believe me, I sincerely hope I'm wrong. What could you give me that tells us that Oscar isn't involved? How did his sister get sick in the first place? He supposedly spends all his time with her, and if he does, then how would he have missed it?
The same way that nobody in the village I ventured into before knew how any of the children got sick at all.
No one? I'm sure that you are correct that no one knew. However, tell me, was there any consistent line between the children? I don't know, maybe they were all orphans, none of them had family that they could call to them?
Nope. Some of them were family children. Most of them, actually.
Well, perhaps I'm wrong then. He is hoping I am. Regardless, we need to question him.
If you say so.
Well, we can... Or, statement, well, we can go finish this thing up, and then we can get back to the Mantis. Give our alibi, and then you will have nothing to worry over.
I could live with that, yes. Now,
At this point,
let's-
honestly, in my opinion, whether you're right or wrong, I think is the best case scenario. If you're right, we figured it out early. If you're wrong, there's nothing to worry about.
I'm not certain that I'm right. In fact, the more and more I learn, the more and more convinced I become that I am wrong. However, I am certain that something suspicious is happening and we need more information.
Well, I'm fine with whatever you wish to do, because, if I'm being honest, I had doubts with trying to smoke out the Mantis anyway.
Statement. I wasn't sure how well the water would block out the smoke. Doesn't seem like it would stop it too well.
It's not about the water stopping it directly, but it doesn't matter in this case, since we're not worried about it.
Suggestion. Let us proceed.
If Oliver would actually sigh, you didn't confine him, did you?
Oscar?
He looks at you.
Oh, he's confined.
Under your authority or mine?
Under your authority, I believe, is what she said.
Oliver looks down and pinches at his nose.
I'm sure it will be fine.
No, it won't. We
Now,
have
why
to
is
head
that?
back.
Where do you think we're going?
He turns towards you. The city has laws.
And
I
those
can't
are?
just confine somebody for personal suspicion. We have to have evidence.
I do have evidence. as I pull out the syringe.
He just simply raises your eyebrow. Or his
He
eyebrow.
raises your eyebrow. Marks up across her face.
Don't worry about
Reaches
it.
under the mask.
I
Lifts the mask.
look at him and I
Takes his
raise my
eyebrow,
eyebrow back in
pulls it.
defiance as I say, "What? We are investigating a purple mantis known for infecting children, and we have reason to suspect that the disease isn't coming from the mantis itself. That, combined with the fact that Oscar himself has been suspicious on his own, along with the information we know that the disease must be coming from somewhere else, something needs to be infecting them. Do you not believe that warrants a search of him?" I do. It's a rather basic thing.
Whether or not I think is irrelevant. Speculation is different from evidence.
I agree. However, we're talking about searching him. After searching
I don't
him,
think you
however,
quite understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I can't. I'm saying that we shouldn't. What I mean by that is I am not legally allowed to confine him without evidence.
We have evidence. All we had was reason to suspect that he needed to be searched. So, after searching him, I found this. A strange medicinal liquid clearly used that I could not identify. Thus, under suspicion of being the perpetrator, we detained him until I could find someone more educated to figure out what the liquid was. That's you. And we returned to question him immediately afterwards. I don't know about you, but that seems completely within line of the laws.
Query. What are the laws?
Specifically, we are not allowed to detain anyone without proper evidence. That does not count for speculation, and it does not count for medicine that is found in his pocket, even if it was at the time unknown what it was.
Well then, worst case scenario, it's on your head.
Statement, so you don't have a lawful reasonable suspicion.
That is correct.
I do.
What is the punishment for such a thing?
It depends on the case. For this one, I doubt it'd be as serious. But can still, or rather, I should rephrase that. In some cases, it can consider with demotions, or even being fired. In my case, given the circumstances, I doubt it'll be as serious. Nonetheless, it is a situation I need to take care of.
As you are discussing, something would prick at the back of all of your minds. You glance around out of suspicion, before noticing your number is one less. Gideon appears to be missing.
Enoch would turn back, start walking backwards. Well, not walking backwards, but heading back.
We don't have time to backtrack for him. As I turn and look at Enoch, glaring.
Statement, do we not? One of our number has disappeared.
It's not too difficult with your skill in attracting a knock. You can see his heavy footfalls in the direction of Highwatch.
As like he went ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't see him when we were looking forward.
Oh,
Correct.
he's moving ahead of us? Ah, that's it! I take off running after him.
Oliver internally realizes he likes Gideon more than the rest of the party.
Do Oliver and Enoch pick up their pace to catch up to Sin and Gideon?
Enoch would be staying in looking around a little
I
bit
would be
longer
following as well.
because he would be unsure how he didn't see Gideon move on ahead.
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Where's my mouse? There's my mouse.
Right there. I can see it right here. How very
be a 5.
historious of you.
It's not that you didn't see him, it's that you didn't register him pick up his pace. It's similar when you're walking in a group of people, your attention focused on the conversation. It's that he just picked up his pace and you didn't notice. It's not that he was super stealthy, it's not any of that. Just looking back on it, you're like, oh, he did move, I just didn't register that he moved.
Okay, I don't feel like that's something I would do, or my character, but
Again,
it's
it was
okay.
that you were distracted with the conversation. It's not
I still-
what you would do or not. It's just your attention was focused elsewhere, and he just walked. Before you say
I know,
that
I
doesn't
didn't
happen,
realize
that
she didn't-
1000% happens in real life.
I know Isin just didn't realize she just isn't emotionally attached enough to him to have bothered keeping track of it.
I'm not going to argue it. I don't think it would happen, especially when
Sounds
you're
like
on
you're
alert
arguing
in
it.
a forest.
What's gonna
No, I am making a
Regardless.
statement, but
statement?
Does Anak catch up with the rest of us?
Do you stay behind?
yes,
And then
he would be
Oliver,
catching up.
do you pick up your pace to catch up with Gideon?
He already said he did.
Okay. As the three of you quickly move up to catch with Gideon, he's not sprinting, but he is moving with a purposeful stride, his legs churning through the distance as he walks with extreme gait. An extreme gait.
What's got you in a tizzy? As I turn to look at him.
You said a child was detained.
I detained them, yes.
Gideon just nods.
You are very hard to talk to sometimes, you know.
Apologies.
You should stop apologizing to me. It's annoying.
Sorry.
A knock would smile if he could.
Same here. I actually say Oliver is smiling, but attempting to hide it, but is ever so slightly there.
There's a smirk on his face. Oh, he's not Gideon.
Right. As the group, the procession proceeds to High Watch. I presume you are just moving through the gate.
Hold on. Oh, before the procession proceeds any further, I'm going to turn to Anak and I'm going to say, Anak, carry me. I can't walk this fast. His legs are too long. Also, fun fact, she's going noticeably slower than she was when she left on her own.
A knock would pick her up. Statement. Aren't you faster?
No? My legs are
Yeah.
too tired. It's like jelly.
A knock would place you on his shoulder again. And then pick
Carry
up
on.
the pace.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
Alright.
And also poke at your legs to see how soft they were.
Squish.
I imagine they would be very hard, wouldn't they, John? Like, when we're talking muscle mass to size, I feel like they'd be built like steel.
No, they used to be. Now they are actually quite pliable to the touch.
All right, fair enough.
Obviously, you can correct me if you think otherwise, but that is my personal opinion.
No, it's fine.
She's got
I'm
jelly
good- I'm good rolling
legs.
with that. My legs are squishy.
right.
Statement. Indeed, it is jelly.
Again, pliable does not mean
I know.
okay.
The knock is metal.
Just so we're clear.
I know, but a knock is metal. That's honestly fair.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. I just informing Justin what if in case he doesn't know
Yes,
the definition of
I'm
pliable.
aware.
I really need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
As Oliver moves off the trail for a bit. I don't know.
Nah, he just goes quiet. Whenever we look at him, he's thinking suspiciously while glaring at me.
True. Alright, as the group moves to High Watch, I presume you just go in through the main entrance, correct?
This time.
No assaults occur. The typical just greeting process to the guard just checking you over, making certain you're not carrying any contraband or anything like that. You make your way to the guardhouse. You come across the entrance. Is there anything you'd like to do before heading into Oscar and Talus?
No,
Nope.
I'm
A
just
knock
heading
would-
straight there.
A knock would argue anything but to do that.
It's fair. I just wanted to make sure. Quickly barging in through the door, you stand there for just a moment, Gideon, realizing you don't actually know which direction to head before Sin gestures which way to go, and you head in that direction.
I just grab a Nox helmet and I
I'm back.
turn him towards the
That-
direction he's supposed to walk.
Steering.
Yeah, that works.
A knock just lets it happen.
And then coming across the door that Sin found before, who is first out of curiosity?
It's supposed to
I guess
technically
a
would be
knock and sin.
Yeah, a knock and Sin, and
Just
then me,
making
and
sure.
then Oliver.
As a knock opens the door,
I
Crouching
knew
to
it!
Get in.
the scene is completely
She's gonna be a
normal.
monster!
The scene is completely normal. You see Oscar sitting on a chair.
Alright. Alright, fair enough.
I knew it. Oh,
You see Oscar sitting on a chair with Tessa seated beside him. She's currently holding his hand. The doctor is still, or actually the doctor has left by this point. Talus is sleeping soundly on the makeshift bed. The blue dragonborn guard is also missing. Oscar glances up, seeing the door open, and his eyes open wide. Oh,
Hey, buddy, we're back.
hi.
Hello. I hope that your detainment went well.
He glances at Tessa. Yes, we play games.
I'm sorry.
She
Gideon
gestures
sighs
over.
relief.
She gestures over to not like a card, deck of cards is what I was trying to think of. A deck of cards that are currently set on a table.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, kid. Well, Oliver, as I turn over to look at him, I believe you said you wanted to confirm things for yourself, so why don't you do the questioning?
This is
Be
the
back.
perfect time for him to return from the bathroom.
I was already back.
Well,
I was half
Yes, he's
suspecting because
perfectly
he
timed.
posed it and they're in the same room.
Posted? What?
proposed.
Oh.
Yes.
It's just shortened.
I would look at Sin almost. What's the word? I don't actually know the word I'm looking for here. Exasperated almost. Before he would simply go over what previously happened over the last hour or two as Sin came back and we came back, which I'm assuming is just gaming and things that are not actually confinement.
Actually, ask him.
Fair enough. As Oliver will walk up, and he'll lean down, and at this point, I'm sure that the rest of the party would immediately realize that Oliver is not good with kids. As he almost...
I grin maniacally as I look at how awkward he is. They can't see it under my mask, but let it be known that it did happen.
As
Not
Oliver
feel your
leans
energy.
down, he tries to give a smile that comes out almost as intimidating as he says, "Can you tell me what happened?"
The masked one came in, searched me, found the medicine I stole, and left.
I see. Can you tell me where you got the medicine from?
He nods. The doctor?
As I look back over to the or Talus, I want to make sure that the medicine was actually administered properly at the very least.
How do you go about checking that?
Just
Where it
looking
was
for the
stabbed, I
puncture
guess?
wound in the leg or arm. Specifically, I would not know this, but I'm assuming Oliver would know, considering he's proficient in
That's
medicine.
fair. I'm just saying that there are, at least to my knowledge, two main places where you would actually insert a needle. It would be the arm or the neck. I'm just saying that Oscar possibly didn't insert them in there. So how thorough are you checking?
I would check his arms and legs or her arms and legs. If I can't find them, I would just ask out loud.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
This
11.
is where we find out he just shoved it down her throat and made her drink it.
Just put the needle in her mouth and just squirted it. Just...
Go ahead and roll me a medicine check as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Same number.
You find several puncture wounds. But several is not the correct word. A couple. There are specifically 2 puncture wounds. You find one on her left arm, specifically in the elbow, the concave of the elbow, where there appears to be a syringe that was inserted, and also on the neck, where another syringe appears to have been inserted. The neck one is slightly older than the elbow one.
I imagine the neck one
Set
also
the
looks a
needle
lot more
into her arm.
professionally done, right?
The neck one does look a lot more, well, no. I would say with that, he did not roll a high enough to be able to determine which one is actually better.
Fair enough.
They do both appear to be professionally done, though.
All right. Did you put it into her arm?
He shakes his head.
He nods. Where did you put it in?
He points at her, gesturing to the neck area.
He nods, as if double-checking something and confirming the information. He stands. She should be fine.
Wait, hold on. I turn to Oscar again. You said that you took this from the doctor? Like the one that I saw in the room?
No, a different one. A few days ago.
I'm gonna insight him.
Go ahead.
$15.
Okay. How would I say this? Okay. Just so I can make sure I can give you the correct information. Why are you inciting? Are you inciting for a lie? Or are you inciting?
I'm not inciting for a lie. I'm specifically inciting for two things. There are two things that I'm trying to see if they are. The first really big red flag is if he himself seems confused about his answer. If that, the second thing that I'm inciting for is I'm inciting to try and see if he's hiding anything else. Like, does it feel like his answer is like he's trying to skirt around something? Or does it feel like he is answering like directly? I don't really care if he's lying or not.
With your knowledge,
I am using my experience as a rogue to detect bullshit is what I'm doing.
You can't say for certain, but it does feel like he's leaving something out.
Hey, Oscar, I'm just gonna throw something out here. You seem like a stand-up kid, right? You care about your sister, right?
I do, yes.
You wouldn't happen to have run into an old man recently, would you? Maybe a man in a mask like me?
He blinks a couple times. No.
Insight. Now I'm trying to see if he's lying.
Alright. And just for my sanity, which man in mask
You're
are
all
you referring to?
privately right now, Bo.
He is, yes. I do notice that now.
Specifically, I'll say man in a mask or something, but I'm also going to say immediately afterwards because I want to gauge his reaction, and this would be part of the same insight roll.
Okay.
I'm going to say, or maybe perhaps someone who told you who to steal from and what to steal.
No, no one told me that anything. I found it myself.
I was gonna say this before, but I got cut off. I would be looking around the room just to look for the discarded needle real quick, just to make
One
sure that the
in Sin's
new
hand.
needle was. What was that?
The one in Sin's
The
hand.
one that we were using for evidence?
No, I think he's talking about the one that is the more recent one on the arm.
Yes.
There would be no discarded needle that you can find.
Did anyone give her another injection while we were gone?
Tessa speaks up at this point. Yes, of course. The doctor did. Doctor... 2 seconds. Dr. Vask. She would not have hesitated, I apologize.
Are you sure?
No, in character.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Dr. Vask! Dr. Vask.
You look so proud of that. As I glance at her in like
She preens.
moderate disgust. So it's an inside of 10.
Gods.
Insight
What
of
I got? What can I
10.
tell?
Insight of 10. He's hard to read. You can't tell if it's just that he's scared or what, but you just cannot get a read on this particular instance.
Man, I wish we had someone around here that could detect fiends. I place a hand
Detect
over my
what?
face.
Detect fiends.
Enoch calls out in Abyssal. Query. Any fiends around?
The heck?
I would say
looks at him in,
that
like,
Tessa
abject shock.
and Oscar, because just so we're clear, Abyssal sounds like screeching. It sounds like is the best way I can describe it. And so Tessa and Oscar are like terrified, pressed up against the wall as this just demonic screeching comes from Oscar.
Enoch,
Yes,
you mean.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Or Anak, yeah. I apologize, okay? I'm sorry.
Look,
I have
there's a lot of O names. I feel you, brother.
I'm not used to this many names.
You're on my end of the spectrum now. You know how it feels.
Is there any particular reason as to why you need to detect a fiend?
I'm moderately certain, or I say moderately certain. I have a suspicion that is probably not correct, but might be, that we are dealing with shapeshifters.
I suppose nobody reacted to that, right? Besides
I mean, I looked at you
the screaming.
as I turned and looked at you, but then I immediately moved on.
If you gave
When
me
you
time,
mentioned
I suppose I could
shapeshifters-
assist in quelling your
You almost
suspicion.
saw Sin react to it, but immediately go back so fast that it almost would imply that she was faking her reaction. Like it didn't actually surprise her as much as she pretended it did.
If you think it's worth the time, I suppose I could assist in quelling your suspicions.
The issue is I just can't figure out what their goal with all of this is. Like, for example, as I gesture over to Gideon, can you tell me, with the people that got sick, were they getting worse and worse and then suddenly just got better?
Yes,
Well, I know
Well,
that with
getting
changelings,
worse and worse, kind of, not really. They kind of just
Well-
started out bad and then eventually got better.
well, with changelings and other shapeshifting, one of the ways that they tend to infiltrate societies is by, well, they tend to find people that are not very easy to read or are very likely to change quickly and put them through something and then come back. Like, for example, if someone ever disappears in the woods and then they come back later and they're just slightly different from when they left. Or in the case of children, if they were getting sick and then suddenly got better and now they're acting different because, well, any child would after experiencing such a harrowing situation. It's not likely. I'm not convinced that they are shapeshifters, but it's a suspicion that's clawing at the back of my mind.
I had a friend who went into the wood once and came back a bit different. He was missing an arm.
I don't think that's exactly what I'm talking about here. But at least your heart's in the right place.
Oliver, who is again pinching his nose through almost this entire thing, ever since he mentioned shapeshifters. We should be on our way. It seems that the other two who were here knew what to do. As long as the
Awkward.
situation was settled.
Enoch would step out the door and start heading back. Or at least waiting a second outside the door. And I assume Sin is still on his shoulder.
Message, Bo.
I imagine if there was anything that was capable of shifting shape, somebody
16.
surely would have detected it by now.
When you mentioned shapeshifters. Oscar did react. Similar to you reacting to a knock and his abyssal. So quickly, you think you might have missed it. But there was a slight reaction of surprise.
I turn and look at him. And then I move back to what I was doing.
Just to clarify, Fiend's speaking of Abyssal, right? Not Infernal?
Depends on the fiend.
It was infernal, but yeah, I'm not 100% positive.
It depends on the fiend. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them speak in both.
I can't speak both.
As I look around the room once more, I'm going to turn towards Oscar and I'm going to say, are you absolutely certain that you haven't run into anyone strange, even seen someone acting or behaving strangely outside your building before she got sick?
Oscar swallows hard. There was someone.
Go on.
He wasn't old, but he did have a mask.
Finally. As I look up towards the ceiling. All right. Well, congratulations, Oscar. I am no longer even close to suspicious of you. However, I do have one very important question. Has there been any time in recent time that you remember your mind getting fuzzy? Like your memories aren't coming to you the way you normally would expect them to? Like you're forgetting things that you think you should be remembering?
Yes. Kind of?
Explain.
I was trying to find medicine. And I woke up with it.
And just a quick question here. You put the medicine in your sister, that much I'm aware of, but my quick question here is, tell me, did you feel compelled to give the medicine to your sister? I know you obviously care about your sister, but do you think that perhaps it was maybe just a little bit stronger? Like you felt an urgency that you normally wouldn't have for something like a common cold? Maybe some pending thought in the back of your mind that your sister would die if you didn't give it to her?
No. I just had the medicine, so I gave it to her.
Seems rational. She mutters under her breath, quiet enough that she hopes he doesn't hear. If you're an idiot. She then turns back to Oliver and she looks almost, she tilts her mask up, but you can tell she's looking down her nose at you.
Oliver's face has gone into a mask of not nonchalance, but again, how I describe as monotone in the previous session.
Blank.
Apathetic.
Apathetic, thank you.
Doesn't matter. She is prancing around like she owns the block now. I turn back towards Oscar and I say, "Where did you see this man in the mask?"
Outside of my building. It was raining. Water on the window.
That seems an odd thing to remember. Can you tell me any more details about the mask itself, or do you just remember the rain?
It was dark. The mask. Black. Red. It looked porcelain? Fake.
Fake?
But the eyes. I remember the eyes. Brown. Almost golden.
What color were the doctor's eyes?
The doctor's eyes are a blue, almost hazel.
Alright. Can I try and make a history check? In any recent memory, can I remember any time, using the description that Oscar's given me so far? He said he looked young, so I'm gonna use that to try and narrow my search in my head. I'm gonna try and think of anyone that would match the physiological profile and with the same eye color that I've seen in recent times.
No one
Because something tells me
matches-
this guy should have interacted with us at some point, I think.
No one matches the profile, but someone does match the eye color. Mira.
Mira Valon?
If you look at her picture.
Wait a second. That actually makes a lot of sense. Hold on. I overlooked her. Whoops.
Yeah.
I am going
On
to
a
turn
side
over
note,
to Gideon.
also has those eye colors.
Does he?
I'm going to turn
For
over to
sure.
Gideon, and I'm going
Amber
to
gold?
look up
Yeah,
at Gideon, and I'm
Amber
going to
Gold
say,
is. Oh, yep, he
Gideon,
does.
why are you out here poisoning children?
I don't know. Am I?
I can't tell if you're serious or not. Well done.
Smile.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the merchant, actually.
Damn it. I was hoping the AI would do different colors. Now that I'm actually looking, because I forgot to, every single one has amber gold eyes.
Yep. I was like, I don't know if you realize this, but almost every single NPC you posted has that eye color. Bro.
Damn it! You
Mine doesn't.
failed me, AI!
I'm not an NPC.
But yes, in particular, it was Mira's eyes that stood out to you.
I don't know. His are more hazel, but it tracks with Mira specifically though. Like Mira makes a lot of sense. Like, who would you want to steal from you? But if you were manipulating a kid, that would be great. I'm gonna turn back to Oliver and I'm going to say, quick question about this person in the mask.
Oscar, is it?
Yep, Oscar. And I say, were there fins sticking out the side of the mask?
He's going to roll a history check.
And fail.
Yeah.
He did fail. Oh my goodness.
Hang on. Let's see his plus. It's possible. It's possible. Ooh. He has
He's
a
a child.
garbage plus.
Garbage
But
plus.
it is a plus. I was trying to see if he actually had a plus. or
Trying to
not.
see if he had a plus at all.
Yes.
I'm
He.
shocked he does for a history check. This is a child.
Alright, It's just intelligence. If you have an intelligence of 12.
No, I know it's just shocking to me that he's got an intelligence of 12. Kids don't tend to have intelligence that high.
He narrows his eyes in concentration, and almost as if he's trying to pull the memory. Maybe? Possibly? Something like that?
I'll give you one easier. Did the person have red skin?
No. Maybe? No.
No red skin, but you think that there were fins? Did they have a full suit on? Could you see their skin at all?
Clothing. I could see the fingers and the feet.
Do you remember anything
They
about
weren't wearing shoes?
fingers or feet?
No shoes. Feet were large.
That doesn't help at all. Okay. Well, thank you. On that note, as I walk over to Oscar, I'm going to pat his head no matter how scared he does or if he flinches away. And I'm going to say, congratulations, kid. You are either the best liar I've ever seen, or you have allayed my suspicions of you.
Thank you.
No worries. After all, I can't fault the kid for being stupid. And I turn around.
Thank you. What?
That wasn't a compliment. Don't thank me for that.
So now we go to the Purple Mantis. For statement.
Well, this
Now
actually
we go
brings
to
me
the
to
Purple
you.
Mantis.
We could go to the Purple Mantis, or in this case, the waterfall. Or we could try and figure out what's happened to Miravail since that situation.
We know the Purple Mantis is a threat, though.
Considering that is the assignment I was giving, I believe the Purple Mantis would be the correct option here.
The problem is that if we go after the Purple Mantis and we don't deal with the root of the problem, then more kids are going to get hurt like her. And I point over towards
Talus.
Talus. Yeah.
Oliver does consider this for a moment. As he taps his finger,
Theory, wouldn't a known threat that is actively hunting children be more precedent over one that would be scheming and trying not to be caught, so would do it less often?
Do you actually believe that the mantis is more of a threat than the person who's infecting all the children? As far as I know, the body count that the mantis has from directly killing people is in the single digits.
it is the case we have more information on, though. I do still believe we should go after the Mantis.
But it wouldn't hurt to just
We have
check.
solid
I believe that since
information.
we are already here, checking out Mira would be wise.
All it takes is a quick question to the guards. Just, hey, is Mira still around? If she is still around, we can question her directly. If she's not, then what's more suspicious? A merchant who was very clearly wealthy, who just up and disappeared? Or look, I don't know about you, but I can't stand by while I know that there is someone out there in some weird black mask experimenting on children.
If need be, we can ask Odrin for assistance.
As it stands, I've sent a report.
Response. I do believe reporting to the guard is more the correct decision, and we can go with our assignment.
Very
Our
well.
contract.
Then a middle ground. we'll go to the guards over in the merchant's area and ask them about what's going on with Miravalon and informing them of her suspicious nature. And in the meantime, if she is there, then we'll stop by to question her for a little bit before going, or if she isn't there, then we just leave and leave the guards to find her.
That does sound reasonable.
At this point, it is approaching the time of dusk.
Concession.
Great, let's go.
I agree.
Sin just walks out of the building. For you, Alnock, I'd actually say you and Nock are the only one who knows Sin well enough to realize this. But Sin seems rattled by recent circumstances. Something's bugging her. Something probably obvious, but I digress. Carry on.
As Sin
I mean,
leaves,
sorry.
Oscar would hop up off the chair and run to Gideon. He would grab Gideon around the waistcoat. Please. Please save my sister.
Fret not, child. We will do all that we can.
Thank you.
He pats him on the head. Keep us safe in our stead while we are gone.
He will nod, a look of determination crossing his features.
I will nod back at him and then exit the building.
Oliver and Enoch said they were doing something.
An awkward
I was just
offer.
gonna say, as that happened with Gideon and Oscar, Oliver just his face would soften before he would walk out the door.
Go on, Nock, what were you saying?
An awkward offer. Offer. Would you like to talk? Looking at Sin. You are rattled.
We've been talking. I'm not
I just
rattled.
imagine his head craning up at an unnatural angle to look directly up at you. Just
Oliver, who did follow them, would be listening into that conversation.
But
He would
just-
not.
Just before you left,
Enoch.
Tessa would have just asked Oliver, "Am I still detaining him?"
One more time.
No, you're good.
She just asked if she was still detaining Oscar.
Probably ignoring what I said and looking towards Oliver.
Probably.
Oliver would simply shake his head.
Right. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you, Oscar, but I do have work to do. And she would take off as well.
I then turn back to look up at Econoc and I go, I'm not rattled. Nothing rattles me.
Insight.
just start shaking
I
her.
don't even.
Rattle,
I'm
rattle,
not even
rattle.
gonna make you insight. You just know she's lying. You've been with Sin for months. You can tell that she's full of it.
I don't think, with the way you said that, that anybody would have realized that that wasn't just bull.
What?
You wouldn't have when you first started playing D&D.
That's true.
Anyways.
I would say that
We can
you'd be able to tell Enoch that it's like she doesn't appear to be lying. It's more like she's telling herself that she's not rattled and she's convinced that she's not, but it's in a self-denial kind of way.
I suppose we would all be heading towards the guardhouse then. Or,
You were
That's where we
saying something
were.
else, Enoch, I think.
I don't know.
No, not really. He would be almost seeming like he wants to say more, but would just leave it.
In that case, I'm with Gideon. We're heading towards the merchants area. We're looking for Odrin.
Are you heading to Mira's stall that you know where it is, or just for a guard, a guard on patrol?
I'm
in the merchant's area?
heading for Mira's stall, but I'm looking for guards along the way. Specifically, I'm looking for a patrol that consists of one of the guards I recognize from Odrin and his posse. I assume Gideon's also keeping a lookout for me as well.
Specifically for Odrin and his posse, or just a guard?
Odrin and his posse. I was specifically Odrin and his posse, but I know that guards tend to exchange shifts. Like, oftentimes different guards are in different places. So I'm looking for any of the guards that were with Odrin and his posse. Not necessarily all of them together, but any of them that I recognize from that group.
Are you willing to settle for just a normal guard if you can't find them?
Yes.
It is a different
don't know if
shift
Gideon is, but I am.
entirely at this point.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Or perception, I would say your choice.
Well, I'm gonna let Gideon do it because he is better
Yeah, I
rolls
got
than me. So
Nice. Better rolls.
no, I should have rolled.
You do not find Odrin or any of his posse. You do find normal guards. They are not difficult to spot, but none that you recognize.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and find a guard in the area. So first, I'm gonna go. Since we didn't find any guards, I assume we went directly to her stall. So
No,
is Mira
you
still
found
there?
guards.
Yeah, no, I mean we didn't find any of the guards we were looking for. So I
Okay.
assume we got to the stall before we decided to start talking to any other guards. So
Correct.
getting to the stall, do I see Mira there?
Her stall is currently unoccupied. The goods and things are actually still on display, but they have been locked, quote unquote. Basically, she had shutters and things that she has closed on her stall. Her stall appears to be more of a permanent fixture rather than one you set up.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Gideon, and I'm going to, looking at Gideon, I'm going to ask him, Gideon,
Hmm?
for these children that were getting sick, were they all around High Watch, or were they all over the place?
Well, the ones that I found before were north of Dawnford, in a settlement in the mountains.
Dawnford? That means that there's either more than one perpetrator, or that Mira can't be the perpetrator, because unless... I hailed on one of the guards.
Hail, how can I assist?
I have a quick question. We're currently undergoing an investigation, and we need some information. How recent was this stall set up, as I point over towards Mira's stall?
Mistress Valon.
Yes.
Is... I remember back when she
It's-
first arrived in the city. Gave quite the stir.
Has she been disappearing as of late?
I mean, he gestures towards the empty stall. Yes.
Is she normally working at this time, as I
No.
point towards the stall?
No. She has gotten to the point where she has a shop down this way on the other side of town that she likes to visit from time to time. She started as a street merchant, as you can see, but she has since grown in popularity. Managed to purchase a
Okay.
shop on her own.
In that case, can I ask, does she have consistent working hours, or are her hours more just when she shows up and when she's not there?
She is more consistent in the morning. She likes to take time out of her day to run the stall for a few hours at least. Most of it she spends at her shop, though.
All right. Can you keep an eye out on this place for suspicious individuals? Just if you ever see
That
anybody
is
in a cloak,
literally my job.
I'm aware that's your job. I'm talking about, well, for suspicious, I don't mean suspicious as in you move there and you hover them. I mean just keep a note of people you see that we can come back and get more information on.
Is there anything I'm looking for specifically?
Anyone who's hiding their face.
He just points
Looks at you.
Yes, just like me. Wonderful. You're already doing great.
Right. I will keep an eye out for any hooded or masked individuals. I will not guarantee my ability to remember them exactly, as they will be masked or hooded. But
That's
I will leave a report at the end of my shift today. You can find it at the guardhouse. So Oliver here.
It's like
should
John just left.
God damn it. Ugh. I don't know
You
why
click
it's
on another
breaking.
VC on accident?
No, I glance over and my Discord would just blinked. Like it literally blacked out and then came back. I don't know why.
I'm going to then say, that's fine. Just any masked individuals, aside from myself, of course, that you can tell me about will do. And if you are suspicious of myself, I can show you my face. But I'd rather do so in private. It makes me uncomfortable when people see my face.
I mean, I wasn't suspicious until this conversation.
I'm aware, hence the reason why I'm offering.
You're traveling under the employ of Oliver, I presume.
Tenuously.
Oliver would nod begrudgingly.
Maybe apply a
Their
little
relationship's
more
already strained.
confidence to that statement. But if you're under the employ of Oliver, my trust proceeds to you. Oliver has been a great help.
Wonderful. In that
Nods.
case, I will take your olive branch as is. Keep an eye out, please. We are heading out to investigate another lead that we have. We're trying to deal with the Peppermantis situation and the kids getting sick.
He will not. I will make certain my report is delivered to you as well, Oliver, at the end of my shift.
He nods. Thank you.
Wonderful.
You can leave the report on my desk if I am not present.
Yeah, that's typical of you.
Has Knock ever seen your face, Sin?
Sin never shows anyone her face, although I will say that there are a couple occasions that Anak has seen where she shows people her face, but I would say that anytime that Anak has tried to get information out of those people, they've almost always gone silent in a "it's not my place to tell" type thing, and it's always to allay suspicion, and it's always from guards that she shows. It is never to show anybody for any kind of personal reason. It's always to get suspicion off of her.
Takes the mask off. There's just a man face.
There's a
Suspicious.
dude under there.
It's a woman's name.
He's got a long beard.
Yep. I just like rolled up underneath the mask. Takes the mask off and it just unfurls.
I
knew
go
it.
by many names. The Chocolate Axe, Mountain Slayer, but you can call me Tiffany.
There's just a gnome, like, wizard. Like the trailing robes and everything that somehow fit under her cloak.
Well, all right.
Well,
What is
let's
your
be on our way then.
next? Where are you headed off to?
Now I'm just headed towards the waterfall, back in the direction that we were going. I don't know if the
Yep.
rest of the party's following along.
That is where we are headed.
Okay.
Gideon feeling like he's just been strung along around. Just like,
I will say along the way,
we've accomplished nothing.
out of curiosity, what are your ages? He actually looks at a knock when he says that, but you can tell when he says that to the whole party.
26.
$300.
Hey. He looks at the
I thought you
knock,
said
he's
you were
like,
5. As she turns to look at Anak.
I thought you said Warforged were relatively new. Less than 20.
I did.
So why would you give such a number?
No response.
Were you attempting
By the way,
to conceal
I
information
do
the way I
want
do?
to incite Sin when she said her age, and I do want to say that specifically expecting a rehearsed answer.
Sure.
Go ahead and roll insight, I guess, and obviously Bo roll to me.
Get a natural one, Bo. You should do it. That is not a natural one.
Why'd you roll an insight though?
I'm confused. I don't know why he deleted it.
You put in insight instead of,
Oh, that's why.
or
Okay.
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I should be in my 30s by now. Not exactly sure how old I am.
You mean you don't keep track?
Bo, you're not rolling to John.
You're not.
It's okay.
We've seen nothing.
He's struggle bussing over here.
I will play it as though he doesn't know right or
Depends on what he
wrong or
rolls.
what's up for it.
Unless
So,
we wanted to go with that roll, I guess that would actually.
I
be
thought-
I
best.
mean, I thought you were just
We
gonna
were
go
just
with that roll.
keeping the first.
He wants to.
I don't know. Either one. I would say
Fair enough.
that he hesitate, or I'm sorry, she hesitates just slightly when she gives her age, but it's like the same hesitation of where like you ask someone like, oh, yo, how old are you? And they're like, oh yeah, 22. It's like you don't think
Got it.
about it immediately, and so she just hesitated for just a moment.
Noted.
You ask for ours, but have yet to reveal your own. Although I'm not certain as to why it matters exactly, I do know that some people care about such things. As far as I can tell, we're all adults here, and that's what matters.
Fair enough. Specifically, it was a knock I was curious about.
Is Bo muted on accident? Because I hear him slightly
think
through
he
your
might
mic,
be.
but
I
Sorry,
hear him
yeah.
say
I was.
David's man.
I'm
Okay.
using press to talk. I'm using push to talk, but I forgot to click it because I'm not used to it.
He re-rolled, and then I was wondering because then John gave me an answer while he was re-rolling, so I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
no.
I guess we're using the rolled.
The answer is that you know she was lying. She was talking in the same inflection that she gave you when she was talking about Azura City. She very clearly is just throwing out numbers, essentially. She seems confident in the number she gave, but she seems to have put no more thought to the question than you would put towards someone asking you what you ate for breakfast.
Food?
Fair enough. Sorry.
Go ahead.
As in answer to Gideon, just in case we didn't hear it, I was more specifically asking a knock, as I also heard that they were somewhat new. I suppose you could call it
Response.
idle curiosity.
I have gave my answer.
You'll have to repeat that. I was trying to pay attention to multiple people at once when you answered, apparently.
As you are walking, someone accidentally bumps into Gideon, stumbling slightly. This red dragonborn almost snarling, "Hey, watch where you go!" As his eyes trace up and up and up.
Inside check. Did he pickpocket something?
Sorry about that.
Or perception,
That
I
would
guess.
be a perception check.
Apologies.
I was actually about to do the exact same thing, but I guess Bo got it.
16.
He did not.
Well,
I
that's
will
what I tried
memorize
to
his
steal his
fate,
wallet.
though.
How should you?
Sorry, one more time.
I'll try to
Said,
be
well,
more
that's
steals his
careful.
unfortunate
wallet.
because I tried to steal his wallet.
Everyone sign
Alright,
what?
you go ahead and roll your own sleight of hand check.
I bump, quote unquote, into him.
I will memorize his face as well. Also, knowing Sin, I would say I would be expecting this from him. I would
Him?
stop him if I caught it.
It's
Or
her.
yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Go
Sorry.
ahead and roll a perception check to see if you can catch Sin.
16.
And then. Yikes.
What is this? My low roll this session.
And then I was doing something. Oh, yeah, Gideon, what did you say?
I said, or he said never mind or something, and I said apologies. I'll try to be more careful next time, as I hope you will as well.
He will
Why
just
are you
nod
apologizing? He bumped into you.
as this
See how
dragon.
you like it. And I shove him, and that's what I do.
As this Dragonborn stumbles slightly, he glances at you for the first time, Sin. You actually seeing his face. You recognize his face. It's the same face from before. The Dragonborn you saved. And he just.
Wait a
Do I
minute.
recognize it as well?
Yes, you would recognize it as well, Enoch. Seems slightly distracted, looking at Gideon
Oh, I know you.
as he
Oh, well,
hesitates.
my bad. Sorry. Can't steal from someone I know. I toss him his coin pouch back.
Catches it,
Oh, that's hilarious.
glances at you, glances down at his coin pouch. He just.
Sorry. I sort of
He
put my hands in a placating motion.
Slightly shakes his head, glancing at Enoch, his eyes also widening in recognition. Oh. Thanks, I guess. And he turns and walks away.
Wait.
Query.
Before you go,
Have you
actually,
recovered enough? Are you still working?
He pauses and turns around back and he traces a finger along his chest. It's been months. Well, I guess 2 to be exact. Yes, I've been able to get back on my feet. Thanks. In part.
Are you under?
To you. And he would hesitate, his teeth almost grinding as he would reach in and pull out 5 coins and hand it to Enoch.
as he holds it out, I say,
Enoch
actually,
would
hold on.
not
You can
take it.
keep it. You can keep that. In return, can you search the underbelly of the city? Ask around about a guy in a mask. Black mask, specifically.
He
Or girl. We're not certain yet.
Oliver would
Pauses.
glance at you when you said black mask, by the way, Sin.
I mean, you would have heard the black and red mask.
Yeah.
Oscar wasn't keeping it secret.
Still say what I said.
He glances at you. Black and red mask.
Yep, that's what we're told. He is wandering this, or he's been wandering the city lately, sort of around at night. I'm wondering if anybody has seen it. Doesn't matter if you turn anything up or not, but if you just ask around for a bit and then report to us after we come back in a couple hours, then consider your debt paid.
Describe the mask.
There
in
is
more
no-
detail.
Unfortunately, I don't have much more detail, but we do know what the person's eye color was, and it's hazel with hazel gold.
Statement. He is under no debt. He was under party.
Wait a
Just the whole
second.
reason of the party is to try and keep each other alive.
Enoch,
You do not.
what
collect
did I
debts
tell
for that.
you about not? What did I tell you about accepting things when they're offered?
He has already put the gold away. I was just. You saved my life, is all.
Exactly, which is why you're going to help us. As I turn.
Like a pout.
I do want a
Like-
verdict on something before we go any further. Can I relay mentally through my connection to people? images as well as words?
No.
No. He raises his hands in like a self-defense. I didn't say I wouldn't. I just was.
I'm not saying you wouldn't. Help me educate my too innocent companion as she just gestures in the direction of a knock.
For what it's worth,
Come on,
I
you know the way the
appreciate his
world works.
innocence. I do, but it also makes people like him very easy to get along with.
That's the problem. I'm trying to fix that. Help me.
Kindness is its own reward.
He rubs his forehead. When
I
someone
gesture to
offers you
Oliver.
gold, take it.
Thank you. I feel like I'm the only sane person lately. It turns out I'm just in a party full of freaks.
Do you want it? Maisie gestures to you, Sin.
Oliver
offering.
almost. His eyebrow
But I don't
twitches
want it
when
more
Sin
than
took
the
it the wrong way.
It's a life debt. I'm not going to do everything for you, but you did save my life. I do feel indebted. As long as you don't push it too far.
I
see no
won't push it
problem.
far at all. On the contrary, if you get the information, consider your debt paid. However, if you're offering the gold, I will still take it.
He reaches back into his pouch and he pulls out 3 gold this time, and he hands it to you.
I then turn to the rest of the party and I say, you see, now we're best friends for life. This is how
Did-
connections are made. And I pocket the gold.
Doesn't look much like friendship to me, honestly.
It's a certain kind. She now knows that I pay my debts, and I now know that she is reasonable. If I need something done in the future, I come to her. If she needs something, she comes to me.
I
I
beam
suppose
at the
it is
man.
friendship.
A knock nods and reaches out his hand.
He reaches forward and shakes it.
Sin is absolutely beaming.
Statement. Was
If
it
you
not
didn't
for
know
the
any
gold?
better or not, this
This
is
is
the
how
closest
friendship is
thing
made.
you've seen.
I can't hear her when you're both talking.
Sorry. Yeah. He was
Statement.
Go on
Is
and
it not for the gold? Isn't this how friendship is made? That's what you said.
I hate the goody two-shoes.
Ah, I am so glad that I have found someone sane in this world.
Aren't
This
you
is
also
the-
wearing 2 shoes?
And he walks away. He was gonna say something, but he's gone.
I look at the man. I look at the man leave, and I say, man, if only." For you guys, this is the closest thing Sin has shown to actual attraction to someone since you've met her. That includes you, Enoch.
I'm assuming Enoch did not get more gold.
Sin currently yoinked the 3 gold, so
Yep, no, that's with me. However, Sin is going to turn. Oh, by the way, I accepted that 3 gold on your behalf, Enoch. Just want to set that for the record. And then she starts walking out of town.
you feel a chill down the back of your neck, Sin. But nothing else.
I shudder. I know what that was. That wasn't random.
All right.
Worry.
Since
We
night is
are
already
going to
falling,
the Mantis, yes? He would have been of help.
I'm pretty
but if
sure we
asked
were.
him to help with that.
2 things. 1, he's not guaranteed to be helped with the Mantis. And 2, we don't want to bring him along because there is still the risk of getting him involved. The thing with these kind of relationships, Enoch, is that people don't want to get pulled into situations that will cause them harm without gold. For example, that relationship of trust I just built with him does not apply if I drag him into the Purple Mantis and this whole conspiracy without a sufficient amount of funds. I would normally charge roughly 300 to 500 gold for that kind of danger, and, well, we don't have that much, and more importantly, I don't want to pay him.
Understood.
That said, as she looks rather uncomfortable before she turns to you, it is your money, so if you want to pay him, I can't stop you. And she begins making her way out again.
The chill does not return.
She lets out a sigh of relief, audibly.
Nock would pick up Sin and start jogging towards the Mantis waterfall.
She actually does give a moment of shock of like a little yelp before you pick her up, and then she sort of for a moment resists, but then after realizing what happened, she just kind of stops and she goes, "Huh, this is kind of nice."
Well, I suppose I would
Statement. We go.
As you all start heading out, the same exact thing, heading out for the Purple Mantis, you make your way out of the walls of High Watch, and it is there where I will call the session to a close.
This seems.
All right, guys, we're right where we started.
But with substantially more information now.
That's true, I suppose.
Oh, you're talking about I'm in the
Well, I
same
guess-
spot I was at the start.
This is future me. It's the same thing as past me, but a few hours have passed.
Essentially.
You never would have guessed, John, that we ended in the exact same spot.
I could keep going, but I think that is hilarious to end there.
Oh my goodness.
First off, you're not using push to talk, so they can't hear you. And second off, if you think that session is